Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. With me, Matt. We just have the dusting off of the castle here at Launch Assault in a 4v4 on the Western Front. Let's go through the players. Represent the United States first of all, we have Bukhorst as Armor Company. We have Blah as Royal Tank Regiment with Hammer Specialization for the Commonwealth. We have Before Eagle as Ranger Company, also as the United States. And finally, we have Mistmoon as Mechanized Company for the United States. This is going to be very heavy tank-focused game from the United States, evidently. And just the Allies in general. Represent the Axis. You have Len in your hand as Propaganda Tactics for the Waffen-SS on the southern flank. We have Muru without a Commander Choice yet for the Wehrmacht. We have Lobo, also without a Commander Choice yet for the Wehrmacht. And finally, Kikerung as Fallschirmjäger Division for the Wehrmacht, focusing on Fallschirm Pioneers. They might go for a full-on Luftwaffe build here. It might be very good to supplement the rest of them here at the front line. We even have Before Eagle just going for ranger demo teams early on and no specialized infantry. Looks like they're on the southern flank here with the Sturm Pioneers. I think these BHL are not going to last in that fight. This should be an interesting battle to see what's going to happen here. We do have this castle here, which it seems like the Royal Engineers got to very fast. Already barbed wiring up some of it, but we are going to see both Grenadiers and some Pioneers come in. Because this is a 4v4, I am going to apologize beforehand, and I'm not going to be able to get to all the action. Ooh, I think the Sappers might be in for a surprise here. Yeah, it looks like the Germans got inside the castle at a pretty good speed too. They're already taking damage here because of the Folks Grenadiers and the Pioneers. The Pioneers can just cut this wire. So I guess the Germans going to do that. Now, the Americans actually managed to push off the Sturm Pioneers down here, thanks to the arrival of the Riflemen. Up here in the north, we just have the Americans moving around the town. Then the demo teams are already sneaking around into various positions. Might be planning for something big here. And the Rangers could sneak around and do some big action on the 4v4 map like this. Then we'll just have a lot of the force of the Luftwaffe coming in, so I guess we have many of the Luftwaffe's ground forces here to help hold this town. Well, the Germans have... Wehrmacht has secured the town castle, while the Waffen-SS is holding this building on the southern flank. That's going to give the Germans a little bit of a resource advantage holding that castle. Ooh, looks like we have a lot of fighting here. We also have... What's this, Commander? We also have a Staff Division on the fields. And Muro has gone for Ostdivision. Okay. Not the most heavily armored one surviving for the Germans. Well, the Allies are going to have a lot of armor late game to work with, I think. Again, I will just say because it's a 4v4, I will miss stuff, so just be wary. But the Rangers are just securing the northern flanks out here. A little bit of lag. Probably because it's such a big map. Ooh, those Swedes are not getting away, I think. Yep. We just need to get ready to ambush when they get close enough. There we go. And now they ambush. That's a very good ambush there from the Ranger demo team. Very nicely done. But one of them is retreating. I don't think they need to retreat there. Maybe a misclick. And the Americans are still trying to hold the Waffen-SS at bay down here. And the castle is being entrenched here by the Wehrmacht. There's lots of Folks Grenadiers and some Grenadiers present. But the Allies are securing their parts of the map as well. The Rangers are forced off the northern part of the town for now. There's a machine gun coming up here. But we do have a Gabard loan ready here from the Pioneers. Ooh. Ooh, and that kills the machine gun entirely.
We lost a gun crew.
You're also seeing some Ranger machine guns coming up here. They'll hold the front line, but that's a side blocker right here.
All sectors, ability, now ready.
You also have Universal Carrier arriving here early for the Royal Armored. Royal Tank, I mean. The Germans are getting a lot of ground taken. And not sure the Americans will keep fighting the southern flank like this. Just being funneled towards a machine gun and Waffen-SS troops. They're dug in pretty fiercely too. Not sure what the Wehrmacht in the center is going to do though, because they're just fortifying and booby-trapping the castle. This is what they got orders to do. Now the fighting in the town continues. We have a Wasp coming out for the British, and we also have Thompson to send out to the Riflemen. Ooh, this machine gun is not ready for a Wasp, I think. It did suppress it. It's going to prevent it from firing. But it is focused on the Universal Carrier, which allows the Riflemen to get close. But now it's reloaded and changing its fire. 4 Panzerfaust from the Jägers here. So we are seeing actual full-on Luftwaffe troops arriving here for Kikarun. It's not a bad choice in a team game in urban environments, because the Luftwaffe actually specialize in urban combat, because their Jägers aren't entirely with Gewehr 43s, so very good at dealing with allies. Especially on the Western Front, where we have the Rangers. Because the Rangers are still arriving here. Panzers are being handed to the demo team, so I guess they might try to get behind the German flanks again. 30 caliber is doing some work here. Ooh, MG42 cleared. We also have some Fallschirmjägers officer on the field. The Badeladung there. Almost kills the machine gun team, but they are still alive. But the Americans are just taking in down here. There's not much else they can do for now. The Germans are just fortifying this castle to hell and back. Holy shit, I've not seen this many Germans fortify a castle before. I don't even think the Allies are gonna bother with the castle at this point. They don't even need to, they can just get around. Where's the demo teams? Did the demo teams retreat again? Or they're sneaking up here? Remember, these demo teams are actually very lethal if they can get close in a good position. Be cautious, because they will get spotted. And you need to be behind cover. You don't want to be out in the open when you get spotted. These Jägers are not easy targets. Yeah, he needs to move a little bit back there. So cheeky. And the firefights continue down here. With the Waffen-SS against the United States. And the British machine gun as well. The range is up here. We do have another universal carrier with the Wasp. Rangers get inside the buildings and open fire. They still also hold fire though. One Ranger down there. Rangers can try to go on the flank here. They can throw a beanie grenade, which explodes on impact. Very nice. That's how the Rangers do it. I love to see it. Very good play there from B4 Eagle. Supplement the allies with some elite infantry. Americans taking in with a triage station down here, so they can keep fighting on this front line. And the Germans instead of 40 HQ as well. So this point is just going to be a long firefight, isn't it? And well, it looks like the Wehrmacht from the castle is preparing to move out now after having thoroughly booby-trapped it. And they have a machine gun moving up as well. The Wehrmacht in the castle have not really done a lot of fighting yet, so I guess now is their chance. Using some PPSHs from the Eastern Front here. But the fighting continues here in earnest.
Mortar crew ready for action.
We're also getting a mortar from the Waffen-SS to help deal with this. Good to see. But the Germans are now threatening the Allied fuel points. And the Germans still holding into their town pretty fiercely. We have a 2-2 on the field there. We also have some actual Fallschirmjägers on the field now. And a recon team to help deal with this. Half-Tag moving up, but the 2-2 can just pierce through it, but it's also cannon. The Rangers got killed there, and several machine guns from the Rangers coming up. Lots of grenades going out though. That's a Blaine Corver. Why is some of these machine guns actually surviving? Quite an interesting match there. And well, this is just going to be a very long firefight down here, but both sides can heal up. I don't think I've seen a firefight like this in a long time. That's cool to see. But I think with the Waffen-SS more, they might be able to turn it around. Artillery landing in as well. Doesn't do much though, by the looks of it. Just smoke artillery by the looks of it. The 2 and flamethrower attack pushing up, but the anti-air half-tag manages to kill it. Very brutal fighting up here still. Germans are still holding the field point there. The British are definitely having a little bit of trouble. The Vickers is doing a good job. We do have this Panzerjäger getting close. They're being suppressed and mowed down by the Vickers now and killed. A good focus targeting there. Ranger demo teams are preparing to move up, but we do have ALF class in the town now to spot them out. Mechanized is pushing up with this autocannon half-truck. I can still hold the point down here somehow despite everything. This is such an interesting fight. I never thought I would see something like this. Look, just all the BAR fire, and it's actually starting to have an impact on the buff Mthis.
Anti-tank gun, ready for action.
Ooh, several Pumas being prepared now by the Wehrmacht. As the Americans still try to push them into town. 4v4s can be very chaotic, as you can see. As you would expect, it is a big team game. Ooh, Luftwaffe HQ, Fort Camp is not gonna be in a good position there. I think the Luftwaffe might have to evacuate. I don't think they can hold this part of the town. They might have to pull back here or something. The camp is also out in the open street, which you don't want. Rangers moving around. They're threatening this one now, and it does have Radpanzer. The 50 caliber will have some trouble piercing it. But some bullets will make it through. We have a Panzer F1 coming up. It arrives. And such a brutal fight going on here. Half track down there for the Rangers. Rangers have to evacuate, but they might get mowed down on the retreat. Yeah, one squad might go down there. Oh, they might survive. The others are trying to kill them, though, that's for damn sure. They're getting pinned, though. I think the Rangers get out of there. Good play. And well, the Pumas are pushing up here now for the fuel again. The Wehrmacht is trying to be very persistent here. Wasp on the southern flank. They do have the Panzerbrücks ready. And that does get taken out. Couple more is here for the Mthis to help it shell the Americans. Looks like it has had an effect. Germans are still being a problem there. The Allies do have the foothold inside the town now up here. They just need to push the Germans off it. I don't think all German commanders actually get the Puma. I think it might just be an Ostdivision and a few others. But in my opinion, I think all the Wehrmacht commanders should have the Puma if they don't already. It's a very useful little weapon we barely see. I rarely see it anyway. And when I see it, it's always cool. Looks like they have some Lem Hussars, the Prince's own Dragoons in the field here for the British. One of the unique units available to Royal Tank. And assault infantry, basically. Before 2 doing its best here for the Wehrmacht. We have Orbis to reinforce from here. So the Wehrmacht is intent on fighting here for a long time. You'd have a penal MD42 to help supplement. But the Americans and the Brits are not able to take the fuel at the moment. Artillery is going in on the MG42. Might be the opening the British or allies were waiting for. Pumas are doing a good job here, the best they can. With their small guns. Actually, it's not that small, it's a 50mm. Black going up here. That's going to help deal with any allied light vehicles and infantry. So the Brits are able to take the fuel again. But those Wasps have not been doing a good job at all. These Pumas are actually doing a pretty decent job. But the Allies do have the fuel point again. Rangers have been spotted and retreating. Not looking good for the Allies and the fuel point still. So we have a plane flying overhead for the Allies. Ooh, who's going to attack the half-track? Rangers are nearby though, but they don't have any bazookas. And the Luftwaffe's Fallschirmjägers are providing an issue here for most of the Americans in the town. The Americans can't really get into the town proper anymore. And with the firefight continues down here with artillery now landing. Just having this Waffen-SS versus American standoff here along the riverside, outside the castle, while the Wehrmacht and the rest of the Allies fight in the town just on the other side of the castle. This is what an interesting looking setup. Well, Stuart tank is coming out though. Germans do have a pack ready. F1 pushing up here. I don't think the Allies are prepared for this, especially with the Pumas supporting. Pumas have improved breach too, so they reload them very fast actually. Third Puma coming out. We have a very mobile Wehrmacht player here. I'd like to see it. We're going to come out here for the Fallschirmjägers. Trying to cover a retreat of that Panzer. When they try to set up a pillbox, they're setting up in a better spot. It'll take a while to set up, but if that pillbox gets set up, that's going to be very hard for the Allies to push them off. They're still trying to go for the point though. They want to keep that fuel flowing. The Germans are going to try and deny it. Germans are being very diligent here. Rangers moving up behind the stone fences to try and provide some support fire.
We've lost an officer in action.
Combat unit ready for action.
Rangers are pretty good at firing the up though. But the Allies really need that fuel. Pumas moving up again. Another AT gun is standing up, however. And looks like the Luftwaffe is preparing to take more ground, even airdropped in some supplies there. We do see an A3 Sherman coming out here for the mechanized, as well as some Free French forces. This is a huge battle than if even the Free French are present. We have a lot of nationalities on the Allied side fighting here. We have an A2 Sherman coming out for the southern flank here. The castle is just being ignored after the first short engagement there. Pillbox did get set up, but I think it could be threatened here. Smoke grenade going out here from the Princess Zone. They're gonna try and take the fuel point again. They do a bazooka to hit the bunker, so I think they might want to just recoup their losses and not get the bunker anymore. Because if it gets below 60% health, they lose its gunner. Yeah, and the bazooka is doing a very good job at doing that. One more bazooka shot and there we go, gunner lost. So the pillbox is just there as a decorative piece at this point. And the Allies have the fuel again. On the northern flank, the A3 is pushing up here in the town. Lots of firefights here. We have a Raketenwerfer. But it's being shot at very heavily. The Rangers do have some infantry around, artillery landing around the German positions. So the Pumas might have to recoup and find a different position to be in. Ah, I see what Muro did. They used the Kampfkraft then to get full veterancy light vehicles. No wonder that the Pumas are doing so well already.
We have a mortar team available for deployment.
The Free French supporting their combat engineers. The Fifth Sherman needs to get into a better position, I think. Mortar has been cleared. They made a demo team on the flank. Hit by a blink core, but even slipped demo charge behind some of the buildings. Doing a lot of nasty work here to the Germans. I like it. Good. Stuck in the town. We're going in somewhere. Okay, it's near the Rangers, doesn't hit much. Armor company is still held up by the Waffen SS down here. The SS has pulled up a Raketenwerfer, a Panzerwerfer, I mean, my bad. Troops are pushing. Half-track does go down. A3 is going to be working hard here. Is that a telemine? Oh, that's a M6 mine from the Americans. Good shot from the A3. I don't underestimate the A3. The A3 is a lot better than the A2. Have any Rangers back here? Doesn't look like it. But the Germans are still somewhat keeping the Allies out of the town. Just a lot of work.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
I like to see all the different nationalities on the Allied side at the moment. I did not expect to see the Free French pulled in. I think Royal Tank can call in the ANZAC as their unique battle group. But I don't think we'll see the ANZAC. Could happen, but I don't think so. Looks like the Free French got killed though, that's unfortunate. Raketenwerfer in the hands of the Wehrmacht again. Luftwaffe is waiting for tanks to get around the corner. American infantry is pushing up though. Like it's also being recruited by the Luftwaffe. Raketenwerfer cleared. Panzerjägers into the field. Missed. Lots of brutal fighting here. Combat engineers are taking heavy shots. They might go down here. Going in the White Foster Strait first. They actually do get away. Lieutenant leading the way. Leading by example. Laying out the flag as well. G pushing up. House on fire due to the white phosphorus. Second A3 is arriving though, which is going to give the Americans a little bit more of an arm advantage. Getting Hun on the field. German military police operating from the church evidently to make sure that the soldiers are doing their job and fighting and dying for the fatherland. Maybe mortars sitting up here. Basically the exact same mortar the Soviets were using. The Germans copied the design after countering the Soviet heavy mortar. Because basically the mortar's just that good. Wave 3 took a shot there from the Stoke. Huge fight here. Matchmakers can cover the A3. That's a dead A3, I think. Yeah. Where's the Rangers? Rangers are preparing to move into the town. But the Ranger demo team is still gonna try and get on the flank if they can. But the Americans are still having a hard time pushing up. Artillery shots also landing in from the heavy mortar there. Where is it? It's back there. The heavy mortar is actually very potent, already getting a lot of kills.
One of our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
Yeah, let's do hold their fuel again. We're seeing more of the King's Zone being called in, more fortifications set up. Several mortar half-tacks are also present. That's actually probably also helping a lot because their veterans are they're very accurate. I guess Moore is playing a very mobile, mechanized force here to supplement. Still being called by the American lieutenant. Machimiga's trying to dodge. Mortar cleared mostly. Not mortar, I mean flak. More Rangers pushing up. We do have an M20 as well. And the Brazilians called in. Oh my god, they have everything on the battlefield today. This is really a multinational offensive from the Allies. I like it. Now the Ost Division is still holding there. The Waffen-SS have pushed the Americans somewhat back. The small town is being ruined, but more and more Shermans are arriving. Only one pack still. Need to keep an eye on the minimap for whenever action happens there. A3 pushing up here. And 20 working alongside the Brazilians here. Artillery shells are landing everywhere. Another A3 arriving for the mechanized.
Tank support is here.
Our question is when the Americans think it's time to push. Oh, speaking of pushing, I think the Shermans are going for it. Probably smoke the German lines though. Here comes the Shermans. We need to take out that pack. Panzerjäger's also pushing up. And they need to move the American infantry up as well. Smoke shots are landing. Explosive loaded. Oh, just smokes. Looks like the Germans are pulling back without losing a single vehicle though. Not much of a push there yet. Big fighting going on around here though. Aufklar in the center for the Wehrmacht. We also have a Hauptmann inside the graveyard. As the military police keep operating from the church. The mortar half-tacks have decided to move somewhere else. It looks like Moore is just playing full-on support at the moment. You have this rapid response Puma force. They think they need it. We're just mortar arriving. It's gonna get shot if it gets too close there. Because the Germans are just keeping an eye on this front line. That's a dead mortar. Unless the Germans suck at aiming, they even give the Brits a fair amount of time. Ah, he's gonna die. Because he's bucked that stock by the looks of it. America pushing the northern town again. Lots of mechanized infantry. Doing their best with all the bazookas and BARs and other weapons. M20 pushing up here. Demo team trying to sneak around. 5 men arriving here from the Ranger team, from the Ranger commander. Got some shells landing around too. But the Americans are getting on the flank here, grabbing the mortar. M20 gets taken out. The team manages to get out of it alive. Grenade on the Americans up there. Laying out the flag again. We're still inside the church, not the church, the building here. Ran some support fire. Just keeping an eye on the Stuka at this point, really. We also have a mortar half-track arriving for the United States Mechanized. Because the A3 is beginning to move again. We also have the Sicherungstruppen called in. Unique battle group available to Strafdivision. Any other battle groups called in? Or anyone else? Does not look like it. Pumas are doing a little bit of a risky move here because there's a lot of Shermans waiting down here. What are they going to do? Anti-first shots firing. Shermans are not turned around to face this. One Puma lost its gun. One Puma down. And all Pumas dead. No Shermans lost. A little bit of a risky move there. Could have paid off, but didn't. German A3 pushing up again. Just to buy some time. Our explosive loader to deal with the Fallschirmjägers. Pulls back instead. Not just a Panzer shot that way. Then we'll team on the northern flank here. They're not beginning to move yet. We do have a jumbo tank coming out for the Rangers. And the Ranger demo team is taking the point now. Right under the Germans' noses.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Germans know what's going on. I just don't think they have... They could be able to kill this fairly easily, actually, if they can get close enough. They're keeping the Fallschirmjägers on overwatch. Fallschirm Pioneers getting mowed down, though. And here comes the rest of the Fallschirmjägers. Those Ranger V gonna have to get out of there. Quickly sprinting. Only losing one guy so far. We have the Jumbo Sherman coming up here. The most armored vehicle, I think, available to the United States in the game. We are more heavily armored than, even more armored than the Pershing. This thing is very frontally armored. Black to be recruited by the United States. Not gonna last for long though. Germans are getting very close at this point. No heavy armor range for the British yet. They're probably gearing up for Churchills when they can get to them. They can get Churchills now, actually. Or Comets for that matter. Jumbo's preparing to move up. Tiger is arriving on the southern flank for the Waffen-SS. And the Americans on the southern flank is not really doing much, but just trying to keep the Waffen-SS at bay at this point. Water half-track driving up again for the Ostdivision. A full take-up going on for the Ostdivision. We might see Elephant. Oh, we have one Stuk down there. Jumbo up here. You have a lot of Panzer tracks here, and if they hit, they will actually be able to damage the Jumbo, I think. But so far the Jumbo is just dealing with most of the German stuff here. The Brazilians do provide some good cover fire alongside the A3. Oh, Panzer track cannot penetrate.
Weapon rack is now open.
Took a while for someone to get small arms munitions there.
One of our fighting positions is sustaining
I can therefore keep an eye on the front there. Jumbo's still being penetrated, so it's doing a pretty good job. We also have Howards set up here for the Strafdivision. The mortar half-tanks are doing their work. But do their best to provide us a lot of firepower going on the Allied positions. Most of this town is destroyed in this end. But the Rangers have actually managed to set up an HQ up here. Half-track pushing up. Lots of US infantry as well alongside the vehicle crew from the M20. Jumbo moving up. Artillery going in at the German positions. Oh yeah, this town is being completely ruined. Panzer 4H being prepared by the Luftwaffe. Jumbo took a hit but has to pull back. It looks like the Americans are going to try and secure the munitions point again. Such a pretty brutal fight here. Church is on fire. Looks like the kitten who managed to get out of it though. Half-track goes down for the United States. Southern flank, we still have just a lot of artillery going in now. Well, Tiger Ace is trying to push up on the Americans. They're not prepared for this. We do have Shermans, but the A2s are not going to do much to Tiger Ace frontally. Piet's hitting and missing. No surprise there. If getting some shots in on the rest of the town here. And this is just a lot of destruction. Like, this town is getting very flattened. You do lots of pass strikes from the Germans to deal with these vehicles. One hit.
Battalion just released a major for action.
No heavy armor yet from the British. It honestly surprises me. They have the resources for it. They could get some Churchills. Or even Comets, depending on what they need. White Phosphorus landing in under German positions. Oh, that's burning the Germans alive. That's a satchel charge, I think. Yep. All buildings collapsing. Wait.
Armor here.
Oh, apparently hold-facing breaks the water half-tracks then? Huh. Good to know. Because the foot's firing. Aiming for the ranges part of the town. Doesn't do too much damage, but another building does go on fire. That's for H up here. And we do have the Elephant arriving to deal with any potential allied heavy armor. We're finally seeing a Churchill going to be coming out here for the British. It's going to be the AVIE. Ooh. That's a funny little weapon. If it's going to be useful, that is. Two 222s are coming out for the Ostdivision. The Rangers are still trying to repair their jumbo, which is now stuck due to the Stuka, I reckon. Lots of elite troops of the mechanized division on the field here. Even the lieutenant and captain on the front line. But the Luftwaffe is keeping some good eyes on the Americans on the northern flank here. Little mortars have been set up by the Germans. Doing their best to just suppress the allies. Ooh, we do have a long Tom coming up here for the Rangers. That will definitely help deal with the German artillery. But it looks like the German artillery is already zeroed in on the area. More free French forces arriving.
Just lost a unit.
This really is a combined push. We also have the Tigers pushing on the southern flank here. Gets moving up to supplement the Americans. Ooh, that's a good high explosive incendiary. Tiger is already ready to C4 with 42 kills. Holy shit. Yeah, it's not looking good for the southern flank of the United States here. They have suffered tremendous losses and the Panzerwehrers just keep shelling them.
Combat unit ready. Unit ready. Those dumb bastards are picking a fight. Damn crowds just.
We do have an AVIE arriving here for the Commonwealth. German A3 pushing up here. But it has to pull back, it's already been heavily damaged. Great going out here from the Kettenhunde. Force the allies back. Jumbo is ready to move again. Just needs to move. Got the Free French in the center being equipped with a BAR. Have to pull back as the artillery is landing wildly. But looks like the Panzer Division is pushing up now with the King Tiger and some veterans. Oh, we also have the French SS called in now. Really is a multinational front. Germans have to try and push this thing back. Not gonna work easy. Yeah, Tigers just slowly take them out one by one. It has to pull back for repairs. But we have the French SS of all things on the field as well. So a lot of units are getting present here. The troops are trying to flank here, but it did not really work. So the Brits have set up a good defensive line for the center.
Enemy has dealt us a blow.
AVIE is moving on the southern flank evidently. Guess it's the best they can try to do to help.
Squad knocked out.
Depends on where it wants to go, I guess. It does have a very good gun. It's essentially like a British Sturmtiger, except that it doesn't require you to like order to fire unless you want to fire a long one.
There's a comet tank ready to go.
So it's very good for like indirect fire, but not sure it'll do much there. We'll have to keep an eye on it, depending on what happens, because the allies are slowly being pushed back. Players landing overhead. AVI pushing up. The King Tiger, not the King Tiger, the Tigers can easily kill the AVIE if you can get a good angle on it. Ooh, it's not good there. That AVI is pushing far too far up. No penetration this time. AVI has to stop and fire. Oh! Oh my god! Can AVI manage to beat the Tigers? They cannot reload in time, surely, nope. But now that Tiger is stuck.
That's a heavy tank gone.
So the allies need to get rid of the Tiger as well as they can, because now it's just stuck there. But that gives them an opportunity, I guess. An open blitz is already being prepared. And Sturmpine is also rushing up. The northern flank looks like a long time is up here for the allies, but it needs repairs immediately. It's already almost destroyed. Second long time is being prepared in case.
Looks like we're getting into the
Calliope running here for the mechanized. Armored tank is on the move. Oh, Tiger Ace did go down. I just missed it, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Just so much action happening everywhere in the 4v4. Again, I apologize. A3 goes down there to the Fallschirmjäger inside the building. So much fighting around this town. Like, look how much of it is destroyed already. Such devastation. Oh, we do have that demo charge of the Rangers if the Fallschirmjägers go inside it. Oh, and then he goes off there, killing the Fallschirmjäger squads. Very, very good job there from the Rangers, having prepared that demo charge long ago. Live opening fire. Where's it aiming at? Around here by the looks of it. Around the Buck mortar half tracks. And the artillery of the Wehrmacht is heading up towards the British mortars, evidently. Elefant is on the southern flank to supplement the Waffen-SS. This is definitely an interesting match. Refrange are gonna grab an AT gun and then pull it back to safety, hopefully. So that is a lot of Fallschirmjägers. Well, yeah, so Muro was requesting to send an open blitz, so he's gonna get an open blitz. Okay. That's cool. They are coordinating in some fashion.
We're ready to move.
Most of the ruined town is still just fighting going on here. You have a Stupa coming out here for the Staff Division. It's like a mini Sturmtiger. Probably the closest thing would be like the AVIE we saw for the British that they lost. As a comparison. We have one squad of the French SS moving up here. We also have their officer back here. Looks like they lost the other squad.
Armor here.
Oh man, the armor company on the southern flank is not doing well at all. Oof. Wait, we were sending the Opel Blitz towards the Americans because it was an American who asked. This is awkward. I wonder what this is about. Gonna rush up there. They do have an EC-8 though. And there goes that Opel Blitz. That's your Opel Blitz. Speed delivery. Big and mechanized American push of infantry. Of mechanized infantry. If I'm pushing up, half-track destroyed. And the American and Free French infantry is not going to last long there. That's a lot of fashion makers pointing at that small area. You have a 76 German coming up. F1 finally taken out by the 80 gun. Where's the Jumbo? Jumbo's keeping an eye down here. There are mortars running here for the US Rangers. We also have an Aufklar here present for the Luftwaffe. Germans are slowly advancing still. EC8 got taken out probably by the Elephant. Command is trying to be cautious here, but the Allies have lost practically everything on the southern flank. It's not looking good for them. Medical airdrops called in, but it's not going to work. And the Americans have basically lost the southern flank here. And the northern flank is tightening now as the German infantry pushes up. Oh, and just all the Allied infantry is not able to do much because of all the artillery landing in. Jumbo's on the northern flank again, and it should just start pushing with some infantry support. Ooh, long toms just keep getting targeted down. Get the Stupa here. 76 is going for a flank on it. We also have some bazooka armed mechanized troopers. Oh, one penetration there. 76 is charging it. Stupa down. If the Allies just keep pushing on the northern flank here together, we even have some British troops to support some of the King's Own Hussars. King's Own Dragoons looks like they're falling back now. Off-class up is spotted, but it'll be spotted soon. We have a major of the United States on the field here. Off-class was spotted. Get mowed down quick. Pioneers trying to repair the Panzer IV-H. They could actually recruit it now. Need to act quick though. Not looking good here for the Germans all of a sudden now that the Allies are pushing. But the Allies just need to keep the push going. They need to jump inside the tank while they can. Might be too late. Yeah, now it's definitely too late. The Germans need to push in the southern flank, I feel, to cause issues. Oh, we're seeing a Pershing running for the United States, though. There also some emergency airdrops coming in here for the Luftwaffe, keeping them reinforced. Trying to get to the tank, but the Jumbo has Overwatch on it. A3 is also preparing to flank here. Doesn't have a Thunder Run, that would actually be a good thing to have. There we go, Panzer IV taken out there. Germans are not pushing on the southern flank yet, they really should consider it. And now there is a Pershing. Elephant is pushing upwards. The Allies are pushing very aggressively now. Keep an eye on whenever stuff happens down here. But the Allied Germans are pushing up now. Ranger Recon on the northern flank sneaking around. I don't think the Luftwaffe is prepared for this. Fortunately, there's no Thunder Run on the A3s, so they're not as dangerous. Luftwaffe is falling back here to the new falling cannon. Elephant is slowly creeping up. Where's the Pershing? Pershing is up there. We have a United States recon team. I don't see any recon team on the southern flank here for the SS. More French SS called in with another officer apparently. We also have some Panzerwerfer shots going in here. AVIE presence. Again. Brutal fighting. But the AVIE is actually pretty good in urban combat, I'm pretty sure. But they've been hit by something. Not sure what. I've been artillery shell or something. jumbo has been immobilized there, so it's the A3. They are trying to get them up and going. Comet pushing on the southern flank here, where's the elephant is getting back into a better position. Explosive load here by the Comet. Doesn't kill anything. There's the Pershing. Not going into action yet. Elephant driving up. That's a dead Comet. Yep, there we go. Artillery keeps landing here as the Germans are trying to dig in. Germans still holding the northern flank here. The Luftwaffe cannot get a good position. And we do have the Ranger Beacon teams waiting up here if the Germans do get close. Elephant is slowly trying to push up again. Do have another Tiger is finally arriving for the Waffen's propaganda tactics. This is a nuts big battle, by the way. The British are trying to push up again. Taking out the French SS. And this is a very nuts battle, and I need to just scratch myself there. Sorry, my arm was scratching.
Heavy tank awaiting orders.
AVA is driving around. 76 is getting some shots there. If he still doesn't have Thunder Run, I really think if Westfront can afford it in the future, they need to get a Thunder Run. It's very useful in late game when you're dealing with a lot of German infantry in fortified positions. There's an AVIE shot. Ooh, when as AVI gets close, that's going to be the death sentence of that German fortification. Unless they have anything that can stop the AVIE. Artillery is trying. They do have a Panzerstrike there. And the town just keeps getting more and more flattened. Again, Mthis is pinned. King Tiger, or Tiger Ace is moving up.
The enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
Yeah, so that's apparently a bug where you can get stuck in hold facing, so now we know that. Good to have such bugs on record, I suppose. Ooh, Tiger Ace is getting closer to the AVIE here. The AVIE is not going to be able to stop it. We do have the Jumbos coming out. Lots of rockets still be landing as well.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
76 German on the flank. Tiger Ace might be in trouble here. Oh god, this might be the end of this Tiger Ace. The Germans are too close, but they're not penetrating. A3 is getting on the flank though. Good smoke grenade though, covering the Tiger Ace further. Tiger Ace might survive here with enough support. Oh, that's a B. That's a composite B though. Oh, that's a composite B, but an AT grenade, and that destroys the Tiger Ace. The Allies pull back again after that. And brutal. So we have a forward base set up here by the mechanized. They even have called in the old reliables. Another unique unit battle group you can call in. Oh my god, there's so many things here, including an M10 and an EZ8. AVE is firing. Not sure what. Oh, at this point. Do you like the AVE? Pretty cool little unit. Group on the southern flank now. Mthis has dug in the best they can. And we have some mines lately being laid here by the armor company. Not sure what the Pershing is doing, it's just waiting in the rear. Because it's a strategic reserve at the moment. Ooh, AVE also got taken out here. Another half-track with Rangers pushing up.
Your crew just got wiped out.
The Germans need to push somewhere. I would not call the AVE useless, you're just not using it correctly, I think. Like getting behind the debris here, like the fact it can shoot over, and it basically helped kill a Tiger. think the AVE should not lead a charge. It's only a Mark IV. It's not that terribly armored as you think. I know the tooltips are not updated yet, but the Mark IV Churchill does not have the highest armor anymore. Elephant's trying to get shots in. Lots of artillery going in though. Germans are trying to defend the Elephant.
The enemy has broken our supply lines.
Lots of Allied infantry still spreading out here with a Major even leading the way. Probably not where he wants to be. Trying to repair this AVE as quick as they can. French SS is trying to push up here. Threatening the Allied fuel. So much fighting here. We have a combat here present loading a high explosive.
We've lost an anti-tank gun.
Oh, good high explosive. They're almost killing all of the French SS. These French SS have to pull back. Thankfully, the smoke might protect them. Let's see, the M10 is pushing up here. Elephant is turned around, but that's enough to cover it, though. They have most of these units of AT weapons, I think. No! They managed to get the kill! Oh my god, that's gonna suck. That's gonna suck for the Germans there. We do have another super here. Relocate to the northern flank. I don't think these Ranger recon teams can stop, but they let us know they're there. Is that the AVE? That was indeed the AVE. I don't know why they say it's bad, because the AVE is not bad, it's just situational. Not a vehicle you should use in a open field, as an example. They could get another Churchill to support it. Like, lead the way, and then the AVE can do the killing. That's a thing you can do. Yeah, don't think those Fallschirmjägers want to stay there. Oh! See, that's the power of the AVE right there. Ah, this is nuts. But I think the Germans are about to lose at this point. The Allies are breaking through. Still not fighting for the castle. Looks like the Waffen SS is moving through it now. Kuba's doing his best to keep the Allies at bay. But we have an EC8 coming up here. The EC8 is pretty damn dangerous. Reloads pretty fast too. There we go, Stuba down. That's just been decrewed, but still, that's basically down. Panzerfaust going out though. Oh, he cannot hit. And the AVE is now slowly clearing up the front line. As you can see. Yeah, don't say the AVE is bad. Like, now it's doing its job, isn't it? Getting is pushing up to do a Panzerknackers. Ah, but it's moving. We also have double flak here now. Looks like Mura's just dug in here in the center, including a Pack 43. But one artillery strike could end this. You have a second Pershing arriving here for the United States. I guess they're waiting for Pershings before pushing on the southern flank. This battle has been all over the place. You can just see how destroyed everything is. So the Fallschirmjägers trying to push up again. Do a Panzer strikes to deal with this ECA. They can get an angle. High explosive loaded. That's a Willy Pete actually. Oh! That's brutal. Only one guy makes it out alive of that. Chemical burn. Rockets going in. AVE is pushing. Comets got stunned there. Pack 43 has to decide where it wants to fire. The Comets or the AVE. I think it might be too late now to change target. Oh, stunned there by Stukas I think. Maybe he's coming out through the smoke. Knows where to fire, so it's just attack rounding. Overshot, but it did stun. Oh, we do have a... Oh! Direct fire from the howitzer! They used an AP shell.
We're ready for the arm.
Pack 40 feet down though.
Awaiting orders. Under fire. I'm not enjoying this.
AVE down.
Bloody machine.
Thanks to another shot from another howitzer with an APCR. Elephant died, but it's coming up again there. Comets are trying to push up. But I think this might be to the benefit of the elephant, this situation. That's a charge in both howitzers though. One comet down. Artillery is landing around. German infantry is suffering though. Elephant has to pull back. Flank from one of the M10s. And the mechanized officers are moving up. Oh, M10 actually penetrates. Like, this M10 is doing a good job. They really did buff the M10. Holy shit. Pershings need to get ready to move though, I think. They need to press the advantage. Get the Germans on the back foot here. They finally push through the completely destroyed town now. Because the Germans were definitely holding with a lot of equipment. Pretty brutal fight. Did it hit a mine? Oh, that was just artillery shell or something, probably. Yeah, but the Germans are quickly having to get into panic mode here. Little Blitz is gonna get spotted. Pack 40 sitting up. Pack 12 shell loaded. Killing the team. There's still a tank on the team nearby. Panzerjägers. They're a good shot there on one of the Pershings. Fallschirmjägers doing their best to try and keep the Allies at bay, but I don't think it's gonna work. They took out another comet. But the sheer amount of Allied armor is getting way too high here for them to deal with, I think. More rockets coming out. One Sherman down.
A medium tank was just
The Germans are just suffering everything. No, just took us the first shot. Didn't do that much there. First things are ready to move alongside the Jumbos. That is a lot of frontal armor for the Germans to suddenly have to deal with. Even have an EC-8 on the flank there. And the German base is about to be completely threatened. Lots of packs are coming up as well as a Panzerjäger. A third elephant is being prepared here by the by those division. And the British are moving up with their dragoons. A new AVIE has also arrived.
Ready for all out attacks. Air support standing by.
They're about to be in base range. I actually think they are in base range now. And they're right outside the German base. They're actually trying to steal the Stupa. Because the Stupa would be very handy to deal with with fortified positions.
Foes are behind our lines.
Ooh.
Headquarters attacked.
French SS officers both died there. And Panzerwerf is about to go down. Jumbos threatening the military police too. Everything is just falling apart from the Germans, but they're still fighting. Honestly, at this point, I don't think there'd be much problem with surrendering, and even the Americans are taking the castle now. The Germans have lost practically everything, but they're still trying to hold on. The battle just really turned around suddenly when the Allies made that big breakthrough. Both bunkers are basically taken out at this point. First things are attacking the southern point. But there's a lot of Panzerjägers nearby. But the Allies need infantry to push in as well. Jumbo's taking some big shots here from all the Panzer Strikes. Ooh, white phosphorus shells though. The M10 is also providing support. We have double Stoop now to try and keep the allies at bay. The Pershings are causing as much trouble as they can. Jumbos are severely damaged, but they're still fighting on. AVIE is almost to the front line. Stooks are turning around. There's some good shots there at 76. But they're still being targeted by the M10. One Jumbo down. Stupa is now in American hands. AVIE is present. And this has been a nuts battle. Ooh, that was a good AVIE shot right there. And the Luftwaffe base is basically taken care of now. Super moving up as well. Do have another Tiger Ace in the field. One Pershing I think went down. Ooh, main gun lost on that Pershing. The AVIE is about to be flanked by another Tiger Ace.
Tank commander awaiting next orders.
Oh, not looking good for the AVIE. Jumbo's keeping it distracted though. They destroyed the main gun of the Tiger. American Stupa now moving up. Boarding Cam and also set up here by the United States. They're going to keep the fight going. Another Elephant has arrived for the Germans.
The squad of pioneers has arrived. Our base
And the American mechanized army just keeps pushing into the German base now. It's just a matter of time at this point. It's been a good match. I hope you've all enjoyed it so far, because I think we're about to reach the end of it.
Send your orders.
It's been a truly brutal one. Just fighting everywhere. That's the power of 4v4s, I guess. And another AVIE went down. That Pershing's not going to be able to fight against the Elephant. Except the Elephant did not penetrate, but neither did the Pershing. Getting very close, so that's probably not a good idea. Yeah, that penetration didn't do jack shit. There we go, Pershing down. But the mechanized army keeps pushing through. Even more M10s called in. Elephant turns around. The Hidden Werfer shots also landing, or Panzer Werfer shots, I mean. And we have another Comet arriving here for the United Kingdom. The Germans are still holding on despite everything, but all those Luftwaffe are gonna die. So the Sherman goes down there. Let's see, Panzerfaust does not kill the Stupa. And Stupa does a lot of damage there, artillery going in. Elephant taken out again by some artillery. American Stupa does go down though. And yeah, people should definitely call GG here. This has been a very good battle. Long, brutal, and with a lot of comeback suddenly. But the Allies actually looked pretty grim for a while, but that big breakthrough they did in the town just really turned it around. I think they underestimate, Blast underestimated how potent that AVIE was. That AVIE actually did a lot to help clear out the town of the Germans, I feel. But I hope you all enjoyed this massacre and this desolation. I'll see you all next one, everyone. Bye bye.